ベニマル殿にも意外な弱点があったのだな。
いや、しかしモテる男は大変だね。
リムル様、それ本気で言ってるっすか？一言じゃないと思うっすけど。
は？
私はリムル様一筋ですので、恋愛など興味ございません。
いや、聞いてねえし。
Today's episode of Slime Anime was absolutely goated, absolutely peak. All week, okay, so it's Friday. I'm watching this on a Friday afternoon. All week, I have not laughed as hard as I laughed this episode all week. This one takes the cake for me. So there's a moment in this episode where they're talking about Benimaru's new problems with his multiple wives, potential wives. And, Rimuru was there like, ha, 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 ha. Like, he's like, I don't have that problem kind of thing. And I think I can't remember exactly who said it to me. It might have been Gabiru or something. But they said, like, what are you talking about? And then they pan over to Shuna, Shion, and then it hits Diablo. And Diablo's like, I don't have eyes for anybody else but Rimuru. To tell you that I had to pause the video because I was fucking wheezing. Like, it was just so funny. And I was like, yo, Diablo, my boy. Like, he's like my favorite character of the show. I don't hide it at all. I know that Diablo has already kind of gave Rimuru, I don't remember when it was. I don't know if it was this season or last season. But I know that he gave Rimuru, like, not an ultimatum, but kind of like an option of like, hey, I could just change my gender kind of thing. Very similar to how the top demon guy, the red hair, Crimson, whatever his name is, he kind of said that too, like, oh, I'll change it to a girl for you if you want kind of thing. Diablo's made that offer too. And I don't know if it'll be necessary, because at the end of the day, Rimuru's kind of not, he's kind of in the middle. He's not male or female, you know what I mean? And I don't know if maybe Raphael can figure out a way for him to have the right stuff to be one or the other. He's just kind of in the middle. So I don't think Diablo, like, let's say, Rimuru gives in at some point. I don't know if Diablo would need to change because of how Rimuru is. He just needs to accept our boy. But anyways, like, I thought that was just like, it made maybe not to you, but it was so funny to me. Like, it made my day. Like, my day it's been okay. I mean, it hasn't been like, I'm not gonna go write a dear diary today at work. I'm not gonna go, do a diary entry or anything like that, But today, like, my day was definitely elevated by that one scene, and I was like, okay, like, I smile, I just feel better. And man, when you're watching a show or a piece of media or playing a game or something, and it just like brightens you up, brightens your mood. Like, that's awesome. And I really had that feeling this episode. On top of, besides just that moment, on top of everything else, we also had, a flashback of Benimaru going into the Tengu village. And we essentially find out that the grandma elder there, when she was younger, had ties to 𝐒𝐴𝐻. And my first guess, because she was like, oh, my daughter's only 15 or whatever. And even though they had showed us like, oh, 𝐒𝐴𝐻, at some point in his life, 200-300 years ago, had a relationship with this woman. I don't remember I don't remember what the elder's name was. So you have to forgive me there. I don't. 𝐒𝐴𝐻? Was that her name? 𝐒𝐴𝐻? Does that sound right to you guys? 𝐒𝐴𝐻? That sounds right. I'm gonna go with that. And if it's wrong, just let me know in the comments. But this elder, 𝐒𝐴𝐻 or whatever, was like, hey, yeah, this is my daughter. And she had told, like, Benimaru, like, okay, yeah, my daughter, �Momoji or whatever, was born 15 years ago. And I was like, oh, then it couldn't have been 𝐒𝐴𝐻. But we ended up finding out through the grapevine that actually she had been kind of like festering her, nurturing her for, it seems like hundreds of years at this point. And she finally gave birth to her 15 years ago. And she named her and gave her 𝐿𝐴𝐻𝐿. And that's what's causing 𝐒𝐴𝐻's death is because she gave all her 𝐿𝐴𝐻𝐿 and naming �Momoji that she's slowly dying now just from lack of magic resources. So hopefully at some point Rimuru can step in. Maybe Raphael can figure out how to way to replenish those magic cubes to where now Hakuro can maybe reunite with not only just his now daughter, which is amazing, but can now reunite with his lover, because I think that would be really cool. You know, I mean, he deserves happiness too, right? And I loved when Hakuro came on the screen. He's like, haha, so she still loves me, huh? He's like, I still got it. You know what I mean? And he's like, my daughter. He turned into the doting dad. He's like, you're baby girl, huh? You know, I just love it. And Momoji immediately, like, I guess maybe it's something like biological or physiological, but she was like, daddy. You know, and I was like, it was just such a cute scene. And the fact that now she's promised to Benimaru was also hilarious as well too. And I just think that's funny. And even when Hakuro was talking, he's like, oh, so my daughter's not good enough for you, huh? You know what I mean? It's just very, very funny stuff. So both Hakuro and her mom, you know, Kaede, have now said, oh yeah, Momoji, this is your guy. And then you have to throw Albus into the mix, right? Because Albus is obviously Benimaru's right hand. And she's obviously in love with him and, you know, wants a piece of that too. And Gaburo had basically said, like, oh, you got to have a harem going on here. Because not only does he have Albus and now Momoji, but then he also has the red and blue hair ogre girl. And then 2 of the lizard girls as well, too. So bro's got the harem. And Benimaru was like, no, I'm just looking for one wife. Like, bullshit, bro. He's going to fold. He's going to, like, once they actually, like, begin to heavily pursue him and really put their feelings out there, he's going to fold on all 5, I bet. Because he's not going to want to make them sad, you know? So he's going to end up folding on all 5. All 5 are going to end up giving in with each other and being okay with the concubine wife situation. But one of them probably will end up winning, like, the main wife kind of deal. But I love that. And then that's what spurred the Rimuru's like, oh, what a problem to have. And then they were like, oh, you got the problem, bro. And then you see Shion and Shuna and Diablo. Freaking my dude. I love that guy. But yeah, what an episode. And of course, you know, they made nice with the Tengu clan, and you know, now they're gonna be able to, you know, they signed a document, they're gonna be able to move all steps ahead to redoing the mountains and redoing the mountain pass to get them, you know, some holes and some caves and some roadways over there. So really cool stuff, you know. So really love that. So now, you know, it's kind of solidified. Here's Benimaru's, you know, harem. And then on Rimuru's side, you know, we now have kind of like solidified, you know, Shuna, Shion, Diablo. And then we also have, damn, what's her name? Church girl. What the frick's her name? Why can't I remember her name? Anyways, we have not Shizue. Damn, why did my mind just go blank? I was like, Beretta? No. Anyways, we have her, and then we also have the little girl as well too, who he's nurtured and cared for as well, from his class. Who, you know, she definitely has her eye on Rimuru, and Rimuru cares for her as well too. You know, more fatherly than anything else, but she's also, you know, she obviously has you know, some feels there as well too. So I think that kind of solidifying some of these, you know, he has Milim too, I guess. You know, you can maybe count Milim in there. I'm not really sure. But regardless, you know, I think that just kind of solidifying some of this stuff is, you know, really fun. And I thought this episode, you know, was really well done too. So definitely can't wait until next episode. And then as a reminder too, just as a reminder, we have episode next week, but then the week of the 12th is a bye week. The studio has put out that they're not going to have an episode that week. So I think we're going to get, this was what, episode 16. So we're going to get 17, and then 18 is going to be a skip to the following week. Studio 8-bit seems to be going through it. So regardless, I'll see you guys next week, and hopefully next week is awesome as well. All right, my friends. Peace.